Wassail Libra, Wassail. So it's a great reset, cosmic reset. Why are we doing this? Because there's a lot of really magical energies coming in the next few months. You have to forgive me. My teeth are killing me down one side. I'm going to ignore that. It's giving me. I'm going to ignore that, and I'm going to tell you about it. It's giving me like ear infection, a pain all the way down this side, and right at the front, one of my other front teeth is now wobbling like a DeLorean car door, and it's going down into my neck. It's all very uncomfortable, but surgery is coming at some point, so I've just got to grin and bear it. Although I'm obviously not grinning because I don't like to show the teeth or lack of them. So Libra, what's happening? A lot of things. We're heading towards a whole series of applying conjunctions, and it's really interesting that at the moment, if you were to look at just the original 7 classical planets that could be seen by the human eye, you go to Mars at 6 degrees in Capricorn, and you carry on round, and you get to Jupiter at 7 degrees of Pisces, which means that all 7 of the classical planets are in just 61 degrees. That's a sextile. So they're crushed into this area that's Capricorn, Aquarius, and just the beginning of Pisces. And Jupiter is the wish card, the 9 of Cups. And in the non-classical classifying of the planets, it's applying its energy towards Neptune. And both Jupiter and Neptune rule Pisces. That happens on the 12th of April. Anyway, Libra. There's lots of applying energies. There's triple conjunctions, double conjunctions, triple, double, double. There's all this kind of magical shift. And we need to see what's going on for you, because it's going to change everything about your life moving forwards. So, that's interesting. I feel like you're birthing a love frequency. All of the other ones of these, and I'm doing them backwards because I was told to. I've begun with the Mystical Shaman deck, and I knew for some reason that from now, I don't know whether it's just today or tomorrow for the other 3, but we have to start with Odin and the 9 realms. I think it's all about there being different energies available. So, I'm shuffling, I haven't even said what we're doing. So, it was set as the 29th of January, which we've moved past, so that's a separation energy now. But that separation brings new energies of applying frequencies. And by that I mean when things go into conjunction, swap energies, merge, and then separate and move on, having had an energetic exchange. So Chiron on the 29th was at 9 degrees 9 minutes of Aries, and it was in front of the fixed star of Pegasus's tip of the wing, Algenib, which means side. If you know your constellation drawings, you'd understand why it was called side, because there's something about the drawing of the constellation of Pegasus that kind of lacks half the rear end and also the wings, and they kind of put them in a wrong place. But anyway, so side, tip of the wing, it's both those energies. And so there's something about soaring to a Chiron healing, and it fits in with that reading I did all the way back in Portugal last May, I think it was, I can't remember, that was to do with the wounds of Chiron, the primal wounds. These are how we heal them. Where are we going? This is the cosmic reset on all of that kind of energy. So we're going to ask, first of all, what does Chiron want to say to you, Libra? And then what does Pegasus want to say? It's like becoming a flying centaur. So what's Chiron? Niflheimr. Niflheimr is the fog. But it's a fog that's clearing. I mean, I'm just looking at the stones on the drawing. There's a lot of coils. There's solar frequency. It's like a promise carved in stone. I want to say this has got something to do with pre-incarnation contracts, but it could also be to do with something deeper within cosmic law, and you are cosmic law in many ways, so it probably is that. It's something about fire meeting ice. This is the salt rime. These are the blocks from which the holy cow licks out humans and giants, or the other way around, giants and then humans, and discovers life force hidden within the rock. There's something about this sigil of the coil, man, and then there's a sort of, and it's weird, it's a kind of Neptune frequency. It's kind of a brom up the right way, like the blood has been cleared. That's interesting. Intriguing. That's my new word. Because Rob Odinson's identified interesting as being too easy to say now. So we're intrigued. So what is the tip of the wing of Pegasus? And Pegasus want to add to this Niflheimr. Niflheimr. Come on, Pegasus. What's your message? Oh, that's... It's Raid, but at the moment I just need to look at it because it was like, don't turn it over yet. Why am I not turning it over yet? I'm getting an energy of being frozen. When your heart's not broken. Anyway, we don't need Madonna. There's something about this, the journey hasn't begun. We've only just begun to live. Maybe it's Karen Carpenter. Anyway, yeah, this is interesting. Frozen in time at the moment. A cosmic promise. Something written in stone, but something that turns your life upside down, because there's something about that raid. I don't often read things upside down. Upside down, you turn me inside out, and round and round. Set upside down, you turn me, you give love instinctively, round and round you. Anyway, let's see what else we've got going on here. Moon in Leo, which is explosive, blood flowing. I feel like it's not that though. I feel like it's the anticipation of something circulating, flowing. Libra. Ooh, it's Mary the Jewess. This is pure alchemy. It's like, it's the original alchemist. Look, it's about some kind of life, creativity of life force energy. There's something about timing. There's something about balancing things out. There's something about... You need to sort of look at the fact that Leo always has an energy. If you could just curl this up and bring it into balance, it would be North Node. And the North Node are the arms and the hands of Mary the Jewess. There's something about your destiny is currently out of balance and needs to be brought into balance. But it's brought into balance with creativity, creatrix, the energy of consciousness creation. I don't know what it means. The creation of the Philosopher's Stone, and there's something about the stone circle. It's also interesting, I was reminded this morning of the alignments of Karnak, which I went to on my birthday that time, which is in Libra energy, obviously. But this isn't a personal reading. He says as he pulls out his own North Node. Aries, action. Right, so there's something static and frozen, and you're waiting on a moment of action. I feel like your action is the new moon in Aries. New moon in Aries. I feel like you're, there's a frequency of burning with a desire for action, and actually like a livid frustration at stillness, at being frozen in time, at feeling kind of frozen out in many ways. I need to use these still. I'm not getting the answers that I want from this. For you, not for me. I don't care. So what I need to know is, I don't want that card. I need to be clear about what we're looking for here. We're looking for why are you frozen? We're looking for why are you not allowed to take action? Why are you being held back? And so what is needed? What is the transformation required within cosmic law to unlock you from the salt rhyme? So what is the cosmic law and why are you being held back? This is just, I'm being given Saturn, which is in Aquarius, and I'm being given Pisces. There's a restriction on your movement through Pisces. Libra, there's something about the cosmic law that says you cannot be empowered, because this is the house in which Mary the Jewess demonstrates her alchemical creatrix frequency. House 12. Saturn is not so much working against you as he is working against you. Right, so I need to know on the 1st of April, I can't remember whether I did a screen grab of the 1st of April. No, the last one I did was the 6th of March, so I need to know exactly where Saturn is on the 1st of April, or something else that's hidden in there that I'm not fully aware of. Bearing in mind today's 02/02/2022, and actually today Pluto's moved to 27 degrees, not 27 degrees 33-34 minutes, which is where it was for the USA return on the signing of the Declaration of Independence, but it's nonetheless, it's in the orb degree of 27. It kind of reaches its fullness on the 20th of the 2nd, 2022. So it's all the twos around this energy. It's arrived in the twos, and it's kind of like binary plus frequency. So February, April. Let's just get April up. It's the new moon in Aries, and you've got that new moon. You've got the moon, you've got Aries, but I'm sensing the new moon, which is why I need to look up. And that's at 11 degrees, but Saturn's going to have moved on to 22 degrees. Those bloody twos. So, Sun and the Moon are at 11 degrees 30 minutes. Plus you've got Chiron and Mercury all in Aries. So there's a bit, and that's interesting because this is about the healing of Chiron. Mars and Mercury's at 9 degrees 44, Chiron's at 12:18. Well, Chiron's done a bit of a dash. He's not usually that quick around this area. Also, Eris is in there. What else have you got in Aries? Let me just check. Libra. I need to look at what Aries has got in Aries, because you've got some kind of link to Aries. Oh, okay, so on the 29th in Aries, there was Chiron, Sappho and Eris. So Sappho's here. But in Libra itself, you've got Makemake and Hermea. There's something to do with the diadem wreath of jewels. Remind me, the diadem wreath of jewels. So, let me go back to this. What I needed to look at. Oh, now I see what's going on. It's the dance of Venus and Mercury, and that's why Saturn's important. This can't be actioned. Your cosmic law can't be actioned because it's like you're binding the energies from the 14th, I think, of February until the 16th of March. There's a dance going on. There's something wrong with this. Why are they only there? They move into... Oh yeah, the 3rd. You have to forgive me, but I'm trying to hold a lot of astronomy in my head. And we're 12 days away from the conjunction of Jupiter and Neptune. So there's a dance going on. It gets released on the 3rd of the 3rd, and there's a kind of separation, but Venus and Mars are spinning around each other. They're doing a dance for over a month, but it isn't over even now. But what's interesting about it is on this day, you've got Saturn at 22 degrees, Venus is at 25, so 3 degrees away, and you've got Mars at 19, which is 3 degrees away. So there's something about, there's some kind of restriction being held in place until this moment of cosmic balance that takes place on Saturn. So the relevance is it's the preparation for the 12th of April. Oh, and that is house 12. It's not 12. It takes place in Pisces, but on the 12th of April. We get there in the end. We love a bit of cosmic astrology. So now we understand there's a cosmic balance that needs to take place. It's like all the while there's this strange energy frequency of Venus and Mars. If I look at the Venus and Mars in a heliocentric angle, I would say that from a sound healing point of view, Mars is being kind of held back by the love of Venus. She's very, very close to the Earth. And that's not always the case because they orbit differently. But right at the moment, the Earth and Venus and the Moon are in a really close pattern, just coming down the side. And Mars is hidden down with kind of Pluto. And as I say, there's that Pluto return energy. Pluto is a very strong energy. But we're looking at the frequency of it being blocked out. Neptune, Pisces and Jupiter is about a fog. And there is something about this symbol, the bromed upside down line, that reminded me very much of a barring of the frequency of the fog lifting. This energy that will clear the fog, the conjunction of Jupiter and Neptune on the 12th, is being restricting on you right through this period. But that doesn't mean you don't prepare for it. It's merely saying that what you're trying to action is being held back. So it's like a test of your balance, your inability to be frustrated, to see all barriers as you having pushed. I think it's about an energy of learning patience, not actioning too quickly. So let's put those back underneath and let's go with some more messages from Odin and the Nine Realms. Odin and the Nine Realms. Odin and the Nine Realms. So what can you tell them about this? We understand why there's a cosmic law balance coming on that new moon, with a kind of separation dance of Mars and Venus spinning around Saturn, being released from a tussle. Okay, Libra, it's shadow magic. We have Nadur and the vulva, Nide and the vulva. I'm really getting that sense. I wanted, yeah, I'm going to have to check. I need a third card. There's something about Mars representing shadows to be released. And is the vulva Venus, or is she representing Ops, which is the consort of Saturn? Oh, it's the balance point. It's the point at which the masculine and feminine frequencies of Saturn balance. I still need to shuffle it. Come on. Are you going to show me something about Saturn or Venus? Saturn or Venus? Saturn or Venus? Saturn or Venus? Asgard. So, I feel like there's something to do with the drawbridge coming down. Asgard is a 12 frequency, but it's not coming across as that at the moment. It is coming across as an energy of something celestial. It's coming across as something that's bordered, that's bound up, that's walled, that's secretive. There's 1,000 spiky towers, like a great cosmic mystery. And at this point, the doors will open. On the 1st of April, this balance is reached, this magical balancing point of the energy of Saturn. So let's go with back to the Alchemy of Astrology and ask about this Ops and Saturn balance. What's this Ops and Saturn balance? What's this Ops and Saturn balance? Right, let me put those back under there. 3 cards are face down, and 1 was face up, Eris. And immediately that I saw Eris, I observed that it's a 32, and I think Eris is at 23 degrees of Aries. And this is, it's an energy of changing Mars frequency, because when Mars goes into Aquarius, it catches up with the stellium tear, And again, that feels to me like a cosmic law. It's changing a kind of toxic anger into a kind of sacred rage. And I think that's part of the reason why it's being shielded and held back by Venus until it really goes into a conjunction with, I need to look something else up now, with Saturn. So Mars is 3 degrees away. So how long does it take for Mars to get into conjunction? Just bounce forwards a sec. Because it's going to be between then and the 12th. I mean, it's got to be about the 5th, I would think. But let's see what we get. So on the 4th, Mars is at 21. Saturn's at 22. On the 5th of April, Mars is at 22. Yeah. So it's sometime, I can't give the precise time, it takes too long to point that out. But it's this energy of, I was just looking at the connections. It's a very empty, energetic day. There's very little, you can't see properly, going on. But that's the day that Mars and Saturn go into conjunction. So it's applying a frequency onto Saturn, but Saturn's energy is already coming into balance because you've got the sort of notion of masculine and feminine frequencies that have been dancing around each other. They've separated and now they've shifted. Venus has already gone past Saturn. Venus has already been in the stellium tear that took place in Aquarius. Finally, Mars is reaching there and is getting softened, is being disrupted. There's an agitator energy that's to be born from the rhyme. It's ops frequency. It's rebel woman frequency. It's a kind of raw feminine disruptor frequency. I mean, there's this energy, it reminds me of an eclipse we had 2 years ago, it might have been, where they kept showing me the image of a goddess kicking the doors down while no one was looking. It's a little bit like that. So, what do we have here? Well, we have the moon, high priestess frequency, but I'm getting this sense that this is that moon on the 1st. It's kind of like, I want to say, it's almost like that new moon will herald a kind of, look, I don't want to say it's not about Mars, but remember Eris is Mars's sister. There's something about the energy of that new moon not being so much Mars, but being Eris. Eris's new moon of sacred rage. That doesn't mean kicking off, because it's about controlling. It's also, it's in your opposite sign, Libra, Aries. And we have lunar eclipse. So that's at the end of the month is the solar eclipse, and then 2 weeks later you get in May, 16th of May, you get the lunar eclipse. And it's interesting that it's an esoteric shadow gift. It's a gift coming to us at the end that's a test of time, because there's been a time lock on this right from the very beginning, with Mary the Jewess giving us this energy, Libra, of the sands of time, and how somehow the gravel in the base, the symbol, the alchemical symbol of gravel, being pulverized, powdered and transformed into the energy of star light, life force, triple goddess frequency, creatrix, mother of alchemy. There's something to do with the shadow. The balance of the shadow, the release of the shadow, the separation after the eclipse. And it's bringing physical truths, a pragmatic energy. Physical truths, Earth as an element is obviously Capricorn, Taurus and Virgo. But obviously this lunar eclipse is in Taurus. It's in North Node. It's like that's the point at which the door opens and you will understand your journey. That's when this turns over. So, what's the journey is what we need to know. I'm going to use these again. I think I might have to add some Lenormands. What's the journey when the door opens then? It's like, it's a new beginning. No shit. Right, it's a complete rebirth. It's a complete change of frequency. Being given this energy of new growth, new tree, because water tiger represents a tree. And it's the year of the water tiger since yesterday. What's the journey? Out of the darkness. This is hell. Hell is the protective nutrients. Nothing will grow until hell says so. It's like she's like Mary the Jewess. She's the alchemist. She will not release the nutrients, the force, the magic until this moment. But that's still not telling us what the journey is. Right, so what is the journey? What is the journey forwards? Valkyrie. Being given a collective energy, obviously, protection, collective protection. I'm being given a sense of a new language. No, the key to a new series of frequencies. Okay, so I'm being given Thogan, but what they said to me in my ear was Thogan, the locksmith. Thogan's one of the Valkyrie. Thogan's the one that came through. She said the keys to our future are moulded from the shadows of our past, as if that's a cosmic law. And we can accept that that's a cosmic law to lift fogs. But what's your healing? What's your healing? What's the healing then? What's the healing for Libra? Now that's intriguing. One of these cards, hang on a minute, let me just go back. The esoteric shadow gift was to do with a test of time and a test of endurance. I'm being given here, you've got to learn to endure the light. You've got to learn to endure the light. We've got Asgard in heaven. We've got hell, who returns Baldur to the world. But you've got to weather the light. There's something, again, they're just pushing me towards this Saturn energy or Ops energy. So enduring, I think there's something about you, you almost can't believe how good life is going to get. Because it's been so many shadows and you've had to endure the time of the shadows. I need to know about that. So the time of the shadows, enduring the time of the shadows. I just want these two. Yeah, look. Mountain, blockage, coffin, burying something. The shadows are over. It doesn't mean you'd forget them though. That's the whole point of hell. But in the soil, in the seeding of life, is the transformation. Capricorn and Scorpio. Why am I being shown Capricorn and Scorpio? Oh, because Pluto's in Capricorn. But where's Pluto? Yeah, still there at this point. It's the ruler of Scorpio, other than Mars, because remember we've just said Mars is being temporarily replaced by Eris. It's about a balanced energy. Your scales have been completely out of balance, and they're being pushed really, really slowly to come into balance. But in order to get into balance, first of all, they've got to be pushed past the other way and then swing back. There's an energy where it just needs to right itself. You can't just, it doesn't just put the right amount in and they just suddenly meet. They go past and then you go, oh, I've taken too much. It's too bright, the light's too much. I need to change that to bring it back into balance. It's very much the energy of Mercury, who is currently separating from having been in conjunction with Pluto. But because Mercury is in retrograde, he's heading backwards. Mercury will turn stationary direct and then apply itself again to the energy, reach a balance point and then separate. There's something about that frequency coming to you on the 1st at this point where this balance comes through. So what was the other thing I wanted to ask? Ops. I want to know about ops. What's ops got to do with this? What's ops got to do with this? Right, we've got 9 and 7. Again, I've got Jupiter, flowers, massive luck, ops, the magic, the frequency of the lady Shaman, as we often say, from Norse mythology. She who commands the powers of Sedir and Galdir magic. We've got again, the eclipse is being marked on here. Is the point at which a golden opportunity opens, the light cracks out, the dream cracks open. It's about birthing something. So let's see. Interesting, Mars is on the bottom but upside down. I'm just being told it's about rerouting, upside down, raid, this R energy, rerouting, and also somewhere down here. Oh, what was the other one I wanted then when I said hell? There's something about the energy of Venus, as we all know, is like this as a cross. The energy of Mars, and it was saying upside down, it's like the energy of Mars, just like, I know there is a planetary asteroid called Eris, but there's something about the frequency of Mars being retuned, being brought down, being forced, like the calends of March or October, the Libra, the calends of October, the 1st of October, my birthday, was the moment in which soldiers were demilitarized. There's something about that frequency being part of this. It's like unmarshalling Mars, so that Mars has, it's almost like he's going to take up temporary residence at Eris's because he needs a rest. He's completely shredded from all that anger he's been doing. It's kind of like a cosmic law that we're not ready to accept yet, that's breaking free, but it's created by the energy of Ops. She's an agricultural goddess. She's very benevolent. So, I really don't even know what I'm asking anymore. It's gone into the realms of cosmic impossibilities, but it's very Libran. I still don't actually know what your healing is, other than the doors to your future and the sunlight, your life force come through during the month of April. It's about pleasure. And this is magnet, universal soul. They're showing me again. It's like the magnet, entanglements, cosmic ordering. They're showing me this as if this is the natural law of attraction. The energy changes, energy frequencies switch. And it's 72, it's the divine law, again, divine law of pleasures. And then what do we have? So we've got Moon in Aquarius. The Moon in Aquarius is right now. So it's a new moon in Aquarius. This is also another divine 9. This whole period now for you Libra is about understanding and appreciating transformation of cosmic law. We've got Pallas Athena. She's 27. She's another 9. There's an energy of the divinity of cosmic law taking place. The protectress, the weaver, the negotiator. You are the negotiator. So the first part of this is like fixing to begin this energy from the 14th is what begins to be like forcing and applying a frequency to transform Mars. And then we have Psyche. And Psyche, the transformation is the solar eclipse on the 30th of April. That's when the deification, the transformation of Mars takes place. So it's almost throughout the whole of April, you will feel this tugging going on, this magnetic frequency bringing about a transformation. And it's interesting that Psyche is showing you that energy that we had right at the very beginning of moving into the star frequency, taking all the gravel, all that's rough, and turning it into starlight, turning it into Baldur, taking the shadows, the gravel, taking the rocks, and from that transforming the soul, your soul, but also the Mars and Eris relationship. So there's something about the energies of Saturn and Ops coming into balance, Mars and Eris coming into balance, Venus and Mars coming into balance, Jupiter and Neptune coming into balance. It's a whole month where Libra, you're just gonna feel an endless series of doors opening. And I would just say for you, the healing is you have to believe it can be that good. So that's a really nice energy. It's a very, very strong healing, but you've got to believe in it. And you've got to allow cosmic law, and you understand that. Anyway, Wassail, Libra.